Salute, and welcome to the Real Big Fruit Podcast. I'm your host, Big Fruit, the Michael Jordan of recording, also known as the voice of the streets, but better known as the glue, because I like to keep things together and keep them in their proper perspective. How y'all doing out there on this Wednesday hump day morning? How y'all doing out there? It's an early one. If you're in your car, listen to Big Fruit. First and foremost, drive safe. If you at the crib watching me on the big screen, on your big screen, you know what to do. Hit that like button. First and foremost, when you come through the building, you smash the like button, you like, you comment, you share. We trying to get the Big Fruit Podcast where he need to be. Also, if you aren't the owner of World and Wise, the CNB story, make sure you go out there and get you a copy. World and Wise, the CNB story, book 1, based on true events, written by yours truly. Also, if you are not an owner of the second book that I penned for you, which is called The Boys of C-74, Rikers Island Legends, make sure you go out there and you get yourself a copy of this one as well. Shout out to the boys. They know who they be. Now, y'all see the title, right? Big verse Pac. This thing never gets old, man. First and foremost, rest in peace to Christopher Wallace and Tupac Shakur, two of the greatest rappers we've ever seen, two of the greatest young talents we've ever seen in Black America. You understand what I'm saying? So rest in peace to both of those gentlemen. Rest in peace to both of their mamas as well. Miss Viola, I'm gonna get it right, Viola Wallace, as well as Miss Anthony Shakur. You know what I'm saying? We want to rest in peace their moms too for bringing those two men into this world. Those two big men. Those two men were very, very big and monumental in not only the hip hop culture but in Black American history. And the big verse Pac, East versus West, it never gets old. It never gets old. And for you, those of you who don't really know the history, it's so many stories out there. You really don't know what's what. You know what I'm saying? So all I could do is give you what I've gathered over the years, because as you know, throughout their careers, I was incarcerated for both of their careers. And I sat back and watched the movie just like everybody else. But also I had my ear to the street. You know what I'm saying? I had people who used to rub shoulders with Big. You know what I'm saying? People who used to be around Big. And a lot of people that know went down in the streets in New York, Brooklyn, to be exact. You know what I'm saying? So Big and Pac had a relationship coming up in the hip-hop game. Two rappers trying to do what they do, but Pac was also doing movies, so he was well established. And for some reason, him and Big clicked. I guess it was the Gemini thing. You know what I'm saying? That's why they both my guys. The three of us is Geminis. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it was a Gemini thing, and they clicked. You know what I'm saying? Pac was blowing. You know what I'm saying? Big was fucking with Diddy. Diddy always had a personal gripe with Pac since the days of Juice. Diddy wanted to play Bishop. He couldn't play Bishop, so he always harbored something towards Pac. Always. You know what I'm saying? Diddy was a girl when it came to shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? So he always harbored something against Pac behind that Bishop role with Juice. And with Big fucking with him, you know what I'm saying? Shit kind of, just went crazy. Big fucking with Puff. You know what I'm saying? Puff was rubbing shoulders with niggas. Niggas was getting up on Puff. Niggas was in Puff pockets. You know what I'm saying? Big wasn't getting no real money for niggas to be in his pockets. You know what I'm saying? Big was a working, starving artist. You know what I'm saying? All that glitz and glamour, you know what I'm saying? That shit ain't amount to nothing. You know what I'm saying? Diddy was the one getting to the bag. You know what I'm saying? So niggas was on Diddy ass. You know what I'm saying? And Pop found himself in a situation where he was around a lot of motherfuckers who was really, really, really in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Y'all heard the names. You know what I'm saying? Haitian Jack. You know what I'm saying? The other nigga that was managing Game. What's his name? Haitian's Jimmy Henchman. You know what I'm saying? Pac was rubbing shoulders with some real street niggas. You know what I'm saying? One thing led to another. A case they caught a case. You know what I'm saying? An assault case with a chick down my way that I went to school with. She flagged them dudes, said them dudes pinned her down and tried to force themselves on her, whatever. They caught a case for that. You know what I'm saying? Pac started running his mouth, talking about, you know what I'm saying, expressing how he felt about that. You know what I'm saying? He was doing too much talking to the wrong people, especially in the public. One thing led to another. They tried to book Pac in the studio. They booked him, they clapped him, all types of shit. Pac ran with it. he said Puff and Big had something to do with it because they was all in the studio at Quad Studios. Quad Studios is a studio in Lower Manhattan, right by Times Square to be exact. You know what I'm saying? When I first came home, I took my youngest son there to take a picture in front of Quad Studios. He was like, "Yo, why we taking the picture here?" I said, "This is the infamous studio where Tupac was shot." Then he started acting right. He took mad flicks. Word. But yeah. So we got popped in Quad Studios, which was a studio. They call it Quad Studios because it was 4 studios in one. So anybody could have been there on that particular date. But Big and Puff was in there. And Pac ran with that. You know what I'm saying? He knew better, man. He ran with it. You know what I'm saying? He ran with it. A lot of shit didn't look right when he was laying on Racket Island. Dudes doing interviews, talking crazy about him. You know what I'm saying? Pac felt he was for dead. You know what I'm saying? He came up north. He was in Clinton with us 9-4, going into 9-5 and all that. I think he was there damn near the majority of 9-5. You know what I'm saying? Because he came February 9-5. Pac came February 9-5. Yeah, he came February 9-5. Yeah, February 9-5, I was on Lower F Key Block. He walked down the gallery. That was February 9-5. I was doing the 30-day Key Block. Pac came to Clinton. From Clinton, he got with Suge. He bailed out, and the rest was history. He went crazy with the Hit Him Up. I mean, went crazy. All Eyes on Me dropped the double CD. He was back where he wanted to be on top, but he kept pushing the narrative that Big and Puff had something to do with him getting shot and robbed in the studio. He ran with it. He sold millions and millions of records off the beef. Then he dropped the bomb. He dropped the bomb. Hit Him Up. Oh my God. At the time, Big and him had to Get Money single popping. You know what I'm saying? The remix to it was popping. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken, Get Money pop. Then Big and them did the remix. And in the remix, Big was getting that boot camp clip. The boot camp clip niggas. OD, Buckshot Shorty and all them niggas. You know what I'm saying? They was beefing Big and it's so many. You got boot camp clip. You got Buckshot Shorty in them. You know what I'm saying? It's so many of them, but they know who they be. Brooklyn, y'all know what it is. Big and them niggas was going through something. So Big Jack wanted one of their beats or one of their lines. You could be as good as the best of them. Bad as the worst. Big was getting that them dudes on that remix, and then Pac said, "You know what? I'm gonna get back at Big on it." He dropped the bomb. Hit Him Up. Hit Him Up has to be top 3 diss songs of all time. Top 3. I'm not gonna say number 1 because Ice Cube, No Vaseline. You know what I'm saying? Ether. Hit Him Up. You got some joints out there, son. So I can't say what's number 1. You know what I'm saying? But Hit Him Up. Woo! Oh my God. And it dropped at a time when Pac was at his height. Big was climbing to his height. And the East Coast, West Coast beef was crazy. Hit Him Up was a missile. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here today to talk about the conspiracy of that missile. Now, listen, I said Pac was wrong. He knew Big ain't had nothing to do with that shit. He knew Big couldn't call off no wolves. You know what I'm saying? Come on, son. I was giving Big a little too much clout when it came to some street shit. You know what I'm saying? Big was a rapper. Big was from style. He's from Fulton Street. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna leave it at that. He was not a shot caller when it came to them streets of Brooklyn. Nah, son, not with no OGs. Nah. Y'all wilding, you know what I'm saying? We gonna call a spade, and we gonna keep it 1,000. That wasn't the case, you know what I'm saying? But Big told Pac a long time ago, be careful with these motherfuckers you surrounding yourself with. You know what I'm saying? But Pac was a little more seasoned than Big, so Pac was like, "Yo, I'm gonna be all right." Big was like, "Okay," and that shit went left. Niggas booked them, clapped them. You know what I'm saying? He dropped, Hit Him Up, the missile. You know what I'm saying? It was a conspiracy behind that missile. We're going to come back to that. But then he later did the Machiavelli album, and that's when he started screaming niggas' names. And he screamed Tut name about the jokes and all this other crazy shit. And I'm gonna get back. That's part of the conspiracy as well. He screamed Tut's name on that Jukes in the studio, you know what I'm saying, on the Machiavelli album. Now, this is how I'm gonna break this conspiracy down. And I want your opinion on this, because I'm not God, I'm not right, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got all the answers. I just was looking at this shit for what it was. Did y'all know the Hit 'Em Up track that Tupac dropped? Tupac was the artist, Johnny J was the producer, Hussein Fatal was an artist featured on the song, Gaddafi was featured on the song, and Idi Amin was featured on the song. Right? To this day, Tupac is no longer with us. Gaddafi is no longer with us. Hussein Fatal is no longer with us. And the producer, Johnny J, is no longer with us. The sole survivor from that song is none other than Idi Amin, and he just happens to be a Brooklyn-born boy. Yeah, he's a Brooklyn boy born in Brooklyn, New York. You know what I'm saying? And think about it. From Pop to the producer to two of the artists, they're all gone. Those dudes who jumped on that song and those dudes who went in the studio and produced that song, they're all deceased. Or was it karma? Because they was all in that studio getting that big when Big didn't deserve that. Just think about it. You know what I'm saying? Just think about it. Idi Amin may be the sole survivor on the strength of his birthright. On the strength of your birthright, being born in Brooklyn allows you to still be here. That's the way I look at it, Sean. Call me a conspiracy theorist, whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Now, I'm going to give you the cause of death of all these gentlemen. Okay. We know Tupac's cause of death. Tupac was shot and killed on the Las Vegas Strip in September 1996. You know what I'm saying? We already know that. All right, we're going to start with Pop. Then you got the producer, Johnny J. Johnny J died on October 3rd, 2008. And his cause of death, he was arrested for DUI, driving while intoxicated, on October 3rd, 2008, imprisoned at the Twin Towers Correctional Facility in LA. While awaiting trial, Johnny allegedly jumped off an upper tier of the prison in an apparent suicide at about 6:45 p.m. He was found dead 45 minutes later at the age of 39. So now we know how the producer died. And I think Fatal died right behind Pac, man. Yeah, in 1996. Yeah, Hussein Fatal died right behind Pac, man. Let me get that right. Hussein Fatal. Whew. Hussein Fatal died July 10th, 2015. He was 42 years old. He was killed in a traffic collision in Banks County, Georgia on July 10th, 2015. He's 42 years old. His girlfriend was charged with DUI. Oh my gosh, he was the driver. Wow. Oh my God, look at the vehicle. Wow, rest in peace. Okay, so that wasn't him. That must have been Gaddafi. So it wasn't Hussein. Gaddafi died right after Pac. Gaddafi is the one who died in 96. So we know how Hussein died. Now we're going to go check on Gaddafi. Yeah. That was his boy, man. He raised Gaddafi. Yeah. Gaddafi died in 1996. He was murdered. Yeah, he was murdered in 1996. Trying to get the details to the murder if they're there. They're not giving any details. I'm gonna get cause of death. Here we go. Okay. Yaqui Gaddafi Shakur. Oh, that was his little guard brother, named after Liberian director. Gaddafi was shot dead by Roddy Bill, cousin of fellow group member Napoleon, in November 1996 at the age of 19. So Idi Amin is the only survivor. And let me Google him to make sure he a Brooklyn boy, so y'all don't be saying I'm capping. You know what I'm saying? Or here you go. Idi Amin, born in 1974, same year as myself. He was born in Brooklyn, New York. Full name is Malcolm Grindage, member of the Outlaws. He was born in Brooklyn. Maybe that's what's sparing him his life, and he's escaping the tragedy of this conspiracy. I mentioned Tut with the conspiracy as well. You see how Tut name was dropped all over the world? Tut, 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 tut. Look how the conspiracy played out for him. That man is a free man, and he's able to tell his story and tell the world he didn't have nothing to do with that. You see how God worked. You see how energy worked. You see how karma worked. I'm just saying, son. You know what I'm saying? I'm not God. I don't have all the answers. I'm just pointing it out. It was a hell of a conspiracy that I took notice to. You know what I'm saying? From Pac to the producer to two of the featured artists, they're no longer with us. And they went in that studio and dropped that missile, man. They went in that studio and dropped that missile. And the Big and Pac thing never gets old. I'm quite sure next year we'll find something else to add on to this story. But I felt the need to add this chapter to the story because I found it amazing. I was like, wow, from Pac to the producer to two of the artists, they're all deceased. Idi Amin is the only one alive. And then when you research him, you say, damn, he from Brooklyn. I wonder if his Brooklyn card is the one thing that's keeping him alive in this conspiracy. I really wonder that. I ain't a conspiracy theorist, but you know what I'm saying? I was just thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? When you think about the hip hop culture, shit come across your desk, you got to take a look at it. You know what I'm saying? It came across my desk, so I definitely took a look at it. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, those are my Gemini guys. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep their name alive. Like I said, when it came to Killer Ben and Polite, y'all going to remember their name. Just like Big and Pop. Y'all going to remember their names, son. They ain't going nowhere. Their music is timeless. You know what I'm saying? You could put Pac and Big joints on right now up against your average. Who's the hottest rapper right now? Who think they the hottest rapper right now? Jimmy, right? Jimmy think he the hottest rapper. I could take anything and everything Jimmy has and put it up against anything or everything Big or Pac made it, and that shit is garbage. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy's garbage. So that goes to show how talented these brothers were. You know what I'm saying? You still got dudes today. They both been gone since 96 and 97. Over 20 years, the men been gone. We still got dudes chasing their rep, chasing their swag. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing. I don't knock nobody who emulate the best. I do not do that. You know what I'm saying? They say if you're going to be the best, you got to emulate the best. You know what I'm saying? And that's why Kobe was doing what he was doing. He emulated the best. LeBron was too focused on trying to be the best. Kobe emulated the best. You know what I'm saying? And if you're going to be the best, you got to emulate the best. So I don't knock nobody out there that got the big punchlines, the big swag, or the Tupac energy. You know what I'm saying? I don't knock nobody out there. You know what I'm saying? Do what you do. Those were some of the greatest rappers we've ever seen, and we would love to see more of them. And if you could produce that for us, we would love to see it. You know what I'm saying? That's why we love DMX. That's why they love 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? Because they remind you of Tupac. That's why they love Rick Ross, because he gave y'all big. You know what I'm saying? That's why it is what it is. I'm calling a spade a spade. Real talk. But listen, man, you know how I do. I come through 6 minutes, Dougie. I say what it is and say what it ain't. You know what I'm saying? It's a hump day Wednesday. I want to talk some hip hop. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted it to be meaningful. I didn't want it to be Jimmy versus Nas or Jimmy versus everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I just jumped on here to talk about the hit 'em up conspiracy, or was it karma? You know what I'm saying? Big versus Pac never gets old. We're going to keep talking about it. We're going to keep trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But I didn't do this to start any drama. You know what I'm saying? I ain't do this to bring up no old feelings and old East Coast, West Coast shit. I just felt like speaking on what I took notice of, the conspiracy, or was it karma? Because Big did not deserve that one, son. Hit Him Up was a missile, son. Like I told you, man, that's top 3. Hit Him Up, Ether, you know what I'm saying? And probably No Vaseline, Ice Cube. Them 3 right there, son. Them 3 right there take the cake. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And Big didn't deserve that missile, son. Big didn't deserve that missile. You know what I'm saying? Hove got what he asked for fucking with Esco. You know what I'm saying? But Big didn't deserve that missile. And I just felt it was a conspiracy, or was it karma? You know what I'm saying? Because Pop, Johnny J, Gaddafi, and Hussein, they are no longer with us. Idi Amin is the sole survivor from that song, son. The only last living man from that track. And I believe his Brooklyn card is keeping him alive. I could be wrong, son. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I could be wrong. But listen, man, you know how I do. I come through 6 minutes, Dougie. I say what it is, say what it ain't. And right now, we're going to rest in peace. We're going to send rest in peace, love, and rest in peace shout outs to Big and Pop. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all about Big and Pop. Big and Pop forever. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Big Fruit. I come through 6 minutes, Dougie. I say what it is, say what it ain't, and I do what I do. Until next time, y'all be easy. Salute. R.I.P. B.I.G. R.I.P.